2025 is slowly getting closer to the end of the year. It's already freaking September, which is absolutely insane. But anyways, guys, I want to talk about something about why everything nowadays is feel extremely dystopian. Now, 2025 was definitely better than the last previous years, I will say, at least in my experience. But man, one thing I've noticed this year, or just the last couple years, is that like the food quantity has definitely gotten super small when it comes to either going out to eat or just shopping. Like I've noticed that more and more things are shrinking through shrinkflation. But it's not just that. Like other things too I've noticed is that like people are just definitely staying inside a lot more than they used to be. Obviously there are some kids that will go outside and play, but the fact that most people are not really going out in terms of like going out to do some fun activities that's not just going out to clubs is kind of crazy too. Kind of concerning. I am obviously very guilty of this myself. Like I usually nowadays I just stay inside just to kind of save some money because it feels like you have to. But it's not just that. Like I do go out to do some community stuff, but it's nothing that costs any money really. Like sometimes I'll go out to like my high school football game or something because a few weeks ago I went out to a high school football game for $3. Like fun stuff like that with my girlfriend and friends. But it just seems like you don't seem to see that as often as you used to be or you'd want to. This also feels like a giant transition period from the last generation to the next. Whatever we like it or not, bro, it does feel like our generation's no longer the youngest. And it is that way now. And what's scary to think about is that my 10-year high school reunion is coming up soon, and it doesn't even feel like it's been that long. Like, I do remember thinking about the future a lot as a kid of what it would look like, and boy, the future is definitely here now, but it just definitely does not feel like the giant, amazing future that I would think of. Another dystopian feeling I've noticed too is that like designs outside definitely feel very like basic, corporate, and just boring when it comes to either the color schemes, the designs, or even the size of like the buildings have shrunk quite a bit. I remember when a lot of things had more personality. Like it kind of reminds me of that episode of Fairly Odd Parents, if you guys remember growing up, where the fucking pixies make everything corporate, gray, and boring. That's the vibes I've been getting too when it comes to like public places and whatnot. And it's kind of funny how a lot of it's gotten some backlash, like obviously Cracker Barrel with its ugly ass fucking transition. But dude, like I just can't imagine like 20 years would look like with designs. Maybe it'll go back and just kind of look better. Like I'm not sure if it's just me, but those 80 designs they had, dude, were super retro and cool. Even though I was not born in the 80s, those old school designs, if you know what I'm talking about, are fucking dope. And I kind of miss that a little bit, like that old VHS vibes, because nowadays that stuff would be played on YouTube intros or whatnot, or even sometimes for video game intros like Friday the 13th, which is kind of fun. I might have not been able to live the 80s, especially as an adult, but bro, my fucking family hypes that shit up, and honestly, I don't blame them, dude. Like, it is pretty crazy of a time to go party out and shit if you wanted to. It's definitely a bit different from today. Another thing that also blows my mind, too, is that kids are being born in 2025 and, like, you know, right before COVID or after COVID, I should say. And the fact that none of these kids are going to know any of it, what happened in real time. And not only that, we'll also have a generation of kids that they'll never see in a world without AI. That right there just feels super unreal. Like, I cannot imagine, like, trying to tell kids about what life was like without AI, bro. I don't want to even think about that because that would just make me feel old and ancient. But, bro, like, the fact that that's even happening, it's just very dystopian and mind-blowing. It's just crazy to think about. Like, AI is developing pretty fast, dude. Like, I will say that. Like, nowadays, there's actual articles on social media now that's making up some bullshit scenarios that I almost fell for a little bit, but obviously I would question it because of the Facebook page. But bro, like it's getting pretty realistic. Like I saw something crazy about fucking McDonald's buffet or something like that in Branson, Missouri. Obviously it wasn't real because if it was something that obvious, the whole company would announce it. But nah, it was just fucking interesting that something like that is getting very realistic already. I'd say give it a couple more years and we'll have a hard time determining what is real and what is fake in terms of articles or videos because it's already getting close to getting to that type of level. It is also very crazy how like the rise of companies are already relying on AI to operate their business or to help you make it better. But obviously a lot of these companies are actually relying on it already. And that's kind of scary scary because yes, AI is supposed to be a tool to make things better, but completely relying on it is actually a very double-edged sword. It's actually very deadly. Like, yeah, it does work for the company's benefits, but then if you actually need to talk to someone and have communication, that communication will no longer be there because AI will just determine everything, and sometimes you cannot tell a computer every little thing for it to understand like a human, unfortunately. No matter how great our technology is, it will never fully understand like a human. At least not without bugs or glitches, because even though our technology is really good right now with everything, with either AI, smartphones, computers, etc., that we will always have bugs and issues to fix, and they have never been perfect on any of that, even with our current technology and with other devices. Another thing too I've noticed with modern media is that no matter what you watch, no matter what you consume nowadays with modern media, there's always some heavy little political message shoved into it somewhere, whenever it's a big controversial one or just any of them. For some odd reason, dude, like every fucking little thing now, including video games, will have like some type of political statement or propaganda inside the fucking media or whatever it is. It's very annoying because originally we're supposed to be getting away from that stuff with stuff like that with movies and shows and stuff, but now it's blatantly there all the time and it's very annoying. And honestly, it's what turned me away with a lot of shit. Like, I'll never forget like watching football. I remember when you're watching like the NFL, it was just to get away from all that crazy shit. But nowadays it's like more like heavily influenced with politics than ever. Like nowadays, you can't watch a football game without seeing an ad for every 5 seconds. Like, yeah, it was like that during the Super Bowl, but like every fucking game now, it's like, oh, Whopper, Junior Whopper, get off my shopper. It's like, God fucking damn, stop it. Thankfully, what I do is I go on a website to watch some condensed games on the NFL's like replay website, and it's actually pretty good because it condenses every single play for 30 minutes. And it saves a lot of time too, because nowadays when you get older, you don't have all that time anymore to watch a football game in its entirety. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find the time to watch a whole live game unless it's like the Super Bowl. I do think it's crazy that we are slowly evolving into a cashless society as well, where the government will keep track of all of our money, where it's going and where it's coming out. It's slowly going to get to that stage, but like right now, we're already getting rid of pennies. Like the fact that we're even thinking about it or even talking about this shit right now definitely is very dystopian like it's definitely there. Like, I don't know how to fully describe the whole feeling, but it's like I cannot imagine a day where like all your change and your dollar bills and shit are just not going to be worth anything, or that's going to be more valuable because it's not going to be used anymore. Like, using a debit card is very convenient at times, but I do find it a bit easier to save money by just taking out some money with a paycheck and then use the spending money to help budget. I don't know why that will be going away, but it's just going to be kind of concerning and sad because I do remember collecting a lot of coins as a kid, where you could collect a lot of different types of pennies, quarters, nickels, see what's kind of rare, see what's not. The evolution of the history behind it is going to be gone too. Kind of crazy. I don't know why, but it just kind of makes me a little sad. Now, this is kind of like a boomer take of mine because we all know, we all have one of some opinions of some kind, but my boomer take is that hooking up your phone with your bank account to your phone and then using that phone to pay for shit for everything just because it's convenient, my honest opinion, is kind of dumb because when people get into your phone, people could hack into your shit pretty easily. It's not that difficult for most people. It just really depends what type of software you could use, especially if it's like an Android or rooting and shit. Like, if you're familiar with those topics about rooting and jailbreaking, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, we got DNA tests and face scans, but AI is on the rise, so all that's going to eventually be able to overcome that crap. There's also probably ways to bypass it too. I don't know, guys, what do you think? But despite all the things that do feel really dystopian, there's still a lot of cool things I've been discovering that's still really enjoyable in life as well. You just gotta have to go out and do it yourself, or just, look for it. One thing that still hits right now as of 2025, I do like bonfires a lot in the fall because it's really nice just to sit around, go out and talk stories about your campfire tales, and just enjoy the moment and just talk about things. I don't know why, just the simplicity of life like that is always the most enjoyable for me. Another thing that's very nice too is going outside, getting like an outside chair and actually just hang out in the cold wind or the chill wind and just kind of watch nature a little bit, just watch things just kind of interact with each other. Now it's best to do this on like a hill or something cool in a cool spot, but you don't have to. Sometimes some people do it in their backyards, but bro, it's really nice. There's some good things still. Be aware of things that are going on, but also have that balance of just enjoying yourself, because you know you don't want to let that stuff really fuck up your life or your well-being, because a lot of people let that shit consume them. Anyways, everybody, thank y'all for listening. Do you guys have any similar like experiences about things feeling somewhat dystopian? Because I know I can't be the only one, right? Like, come on now. Also, I got some very good news about my car. So, I thought the thing was, like, done for, right? A lemon. Come to find out, my car just needed a fucking new radiator, like, fluids. I don't know how I did not check it. It was my fault, but bro, like, I checked it, and it was making the transmission itself overheat too, because I noticed like the car was driving wonderfully when it's cooler outside or at night. So that's when I kind of realized like, man, it was really just need a new radiator fluid and shit. I also got it looked at by a mechanic, and yeah, it was that, literally. It was like, oh my god. I wasted a lot of money doing lifts, but you know, you live and you learn. But I'm honestly glad that shit's over. Thank God. I honestly got very lucky, I will say. I got extremely lucky. Because I for sure thought I was going to have to make like a card payment for my next car or something. Thank God I didn't have to do that. Alrighty, enough rambling on me. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.